So good morning. We come into easy seated pose for this gentle practice. And if you find seated feels really tight in the hips, I encourage you to grab a block or even a couple books. And if you're going to sit on the block, you're going to sit to the front edge of the block so your pelvic tips forward. So I'll turn sideways so you can see what that looks like. We come up onto the block, we sit to the end, and we let our pelvic tip forward. And you're going to want to stagger your heels to do this. And that'll give you some ease into the hips. If you want to activate the hips a little bit more, you can cross at the ankles or you can go to the mid shins. And this will activate the hips, but you need to keep your feet out from underneath the body. So if you're tucking them in, go ahead and bring them out. However you want to sit. Then take your fingertips behind your back and lift your heart to the sky and feel yourself lift out of your pelvic. And then go ahead and release the hands. And then if you're comfortable, close your eyes. As we turn off that external stimuli, we start to draw the awareness in and become aware of yourself in this space. Breathing through the nose, feel the chest move with the breath. Feel your sit bones connected to the earth as you sit tall. And just take this time to come into this present moment. This ability to let go of all that came before and all that will come after, so you can truly be in this moment. Just taking this time to imagine if your thoughts were books, to close those books and set them up on a shelf, knowing you can always deal with them later. Take 2 more relaxing breaths here. And we're going to bring a little more focus into the breath. So if you want to open your eyes for a moment, I want you to take your right hand to your heart, and then take your left hand behind your back like you're holding the heart between your hands, and I can turn sideways. So for some of us, if we're tight in the shoulder, we can take our hand to the mid-back or even the low back. And we're going to focus first on the front body. So if you want to take a moment and close your eyes, and really bring the awareness back into your breath. And we're going to take these deeper breaths, and when you inhale, I want you to imagine your heart is pushing out into your right hand. So inhale nice and deep. And as you exhale, imagine the heart is going back into the center of your chest. And let's do this 4 more times. Inhale nice and deep. Exhale nice and slow. See if you can take it to a count of 5 for the inhale. Here we go. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more times. Just feel the front body move into that hand. One more time. Now let's move into that back hand. Try to keep the front body still and inhale into the back hand. Many times we're not thinking of the breath in the back body, so taking this opportunity to inhale your heart into that back hand. And then exhale like it's coming back into the center of the chest. And let's take that count of 5. Here we go. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more times. It can take more than just these few breaths to bring your attention to the breath in the back body. But understand our breath is a whole body movement. It is not just the front or the back body. When you release on the last count of 5, go ahead and release the hands. Take a moment if you need to roll the shoulders. And then change that lead leg. So bring the other leg in front, and we're going to do the same thing for the hands. Bring the left hand to the heart, the right hand behind the back like you're holding the heart between your hands. If you find you need to lower that right arm down, feel free to do this. Now we move into the whole body. Here we go. Inhale, breathe into both hands. Expand like you're a balloon. And exhale. See if you can come back to that 5 count for the inhale and your 5 count for the exhale. Let's take this 4 more times. Inhale nice and deep. Expand the body in all directions. Is your jaw soft when you take these longer breaths? Are you still sitting nice and tall like the crown of your head is trying to touch the sky? 2 more deep breaths here. One more time. Go ahead and release the arms into the lap. And on your next exhale, tip your right ear towards the shoulder. Take a nice long stretch to the side of the neck. Inhale, bring the head center. Exhale, tip the ear to the left. Just notice what's happening in the body. Understand we're still breathing through the nose. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, let the chin release to the chest. And our breath is just as important as any of these movements we will do. Inhale, lift the chin. And on your next inhale, circle the arms up to the sky. Exhale the hands down and through. Inhale, circle sweep to the sun. Exhale, down and through. One more time. Inhale, circle to the sun. Exhale, bring the hands to rest at the heart and just take a moment to hold here. Understand that you are a student of your body. Listen to what your body needs and move and flow from there. It is not about what my body can do or any expectation you may set. So just relax and enjoy this journey. If your eyes are still closed, gently blink them open and we'll raise the gaze. Now you're welcome to stay in this easy seated pose, keeping the legs crossed, or let's move into seated Z, taking that left leg behind. And again, if this activates the hip or knee too much, come back into easy seated. And what I want you to do is inhale and lift up, and exhale, stretch over to the side. Inhale, open the arm back, and exhale, come back up nice and tall. Inhale, rise to the sun, and then exhale into this deep side stretch. Inhale, open the arm back, stretch behind, and exhale to come back up tall. We're going to do this 2 more times. Inhale, side stretch. You can stay up on your hand, exhaling into this deeper stretch. Inhale, open the arm back. Feel your shoulder and chest open. Exhale, come back up tall. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale to deepen that stretch. Inhale, a little twist open. Exhale, come up nice and tall and pause here. Go ahead and extend the leg out on an angle. So not out to the side, on a diagonal. And then rotate your belly towards that knee and inhale, lift up nice and tall. And exhale, press forward. Warming up that hamstring. Inhale up nice and tall. Exhale, press forward. If you need to keep a bend to the knee, take a bend to that knee and find ease. But let's take this 1 more time and hold that reach. Offer your heart to your toes. Be careful of buckling at the belly. We want to hinge from the hips and lengthen towards those toes. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release the arms. And now take that left leg in front and the right leg behind. And sometimes we feel the pose is different on each side. So if this does not feel good for you, come back into easy seated. Remember, this is about you and what you need today. Inhale, rise up for that side stretch. Exhale, tip into that deep stretch. Inhale, open the arm back. Exhale, rise up tall. Inhale, lift. Exhale, deeper stretch. Inhale, open back. Exhale, rise up. 2 more times. Breath with movement. Inhale to lift. Exhale, deeper stretch. Inhale, roll over. Exhale, rise up. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. And then rise back up. Good. Extend the leg out on that ankle. And again, if you need the knee to bend the knee. If you need to take a block or a belt or a book underneath the leg, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, let the thighs go heavy to the earth. Rotate the belly button to the knee as we inhale up nice and tall. Hinge from the hips as you exhale to reach. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, reach forward. 2 more times. Our last one is going to be inhale to rise, and then let's hold that reach. And again, hinge from the hips, lengthen, and then let your head and neck relax. It's not about getting to the toes. There's nothing special there. We just want to lengthen the body into a deeper stretch. Inhale, rise up. Exhale to release. So let's come into table pose onto all fours. So we make our way into table. And we place our hands underneath our shoulders. We want to have alignment. Shoulders stacked over wrists, hips stacked over knees. And from here, let's move through our poses of cat and cow. So when you exhale, round your back and pull the belly button to the side. This is our cat pose. And as you inhale, arch the back, lift the forehead and tailbone into cow. So exhale, round. Push strong into the hands and the shins. Inhale, arch and lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch and lift. So continue to move with your breath, finding the pace that works for you. Remember, you are exploring what your body can do, and it's never about the I can'ts. It's where you can, and you build from there. 1 more time. And come back into that neutral spine of table. From here, we move into spinal balance, taking a little more power into our core. So I want you to inhale and extend the right arm with the left leg. So reaching out nice and long. And exhale to return the hand and knee to the earth. Inhale, extend. Exhale to release. So inhale as you extend. Keep your pinky toe aiming to the earth so your hips and shoulders stay aiming to the mat. Exhale to come back down. Inhale, extend. Pull the belly button to the spine. Push strong into the hand and shin. Exhale to release. Continue to move. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take this 1 more time each side. Try to keep your heel hip height or lower so your heel and your back keeps neutral. And release here. So keeping your hands where they're at, gaze to the tips of your fingers. Let's take a stretch for the chest and shoulders. We come into puppy pose, so send your elbows forward of your arms, hands, and release the head towards the earth. So our hips are still stacked over our knees, but we're just reaching long and stretching. Slowly walk the hands back into the body. Now, for these next few poses, if you need your blocks or you're using books, you have vertical, horizontal, or flat for your blocks. For your books, it may be just stacking them or turning them horizontal. Make sure they're hardcover books. Paperbacks don't work. So let me turn my blocks horizontal just to take you through this. I want you to step your right foot forward. And make sure your knee is stacked over your ankle. And you can use the blocks at any height to help you in this kneeling lunge. You can even use no blocks and your fingertips are on the earth. But this 90-90 is important. And from here, inhale, rise up. And on an exhale, bring your left arm forward, right arm back, and squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist. Yes, rotating like you're wringing out your body like a sponge. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, hold the twist and see what happens as you hold. Do you wiggle? Do you wobble? And it's okay. Your body is finding its power while it's holding. Go ahead and inhale back to center. Exhale, release the hands down to the earth. From here, release the right knee back. And when you're ready, step the left foot forward. Now, for some of us, when we step that foot forward, it gets stuck halfway. So we grab the ankle and help bring the foot forward. Again, use your blocks or if you have books. And stay here for a moment, finding that 90-90, knee stacked over ankle. Pressing into your shin or turning the toes under. If you find it's a lot on your knee, I'm just going to move my block off for a second. You can fold the mat in half and take that extra padding. Some of you may have a towel. You can fold that towel up and send it underneath your knee, giving you more padding. Otherwise, just build strength. Inhale, rise up. Feel what the body does the moment you rise. Where are you tightening? Then exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Inhale, come back to center. Yeah, exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. One more time. Inhale, center. This time, exhale, hold your twist. Squeeze the inner thighs. Keep drawing this left hip back, right hip forward, and squeeze those inner thighs. The rotation is from belly button to shoulder. Inhale, come center. Exhale, release the hands to the earth, and release back. Now, go ahead and float back to child's pose, either halfway or all the way, and releasing. If this is too much for the hips and hamstrings, I invite you to come back forward into that puppy pose. You decide what you need. Go ahead and reach your arms out nice and long. Utthita Balasana, extended child's pose. We're going to take a variation of a lunge. So come on up onto your knees, and now I want you to step your right foot outside your right hand. So our foot is as wide as the mat, and then watch the hips. They're going to drop forward, deepening that stretch. And if you're thinking, I can't go that far, then maybe you need to lift your hips. So notice I'm not shifting my knee back. All I did was lift my hips. So feel free to go there. Again, if you need blocks or books underneath the hands to lift you up a little higher out of those hips, go ahead. Stay here, or some of you may feel comfortable lowering onto your forearms, whether it's on the blocks or on the mat. And again, if you don't have blocks, find what works for you. You can come down and say, no, I don't like that, and come back up. It's up to you on what you need, but let your hips go heavy and your shoulders soften. Try not to have your shoulders pulling up. You're going to create tension in the neck. Feel like you're lengthening. Look forward as you look down. We're not looking with our chin, just the drishti, eye gaze. Breathe into it. Whatever sensations you're feeling, can you breathe through them? Feel like you're pushing into your big toe mound and the knee is hugging in towards your shoulder. So we move into half Ardha Hanumanasana. It means half monkey. It's a variation with our foot being wide. We're going to shift back and take our left knee and hip to stack and curl our right toes up. The closer your hands are to the body, the less intense this will feel. The farther you reach out, the more intense you're going to feel that stretch. But notice my back. I'm not diving towards the floor or lengthening. So I want you to lengthen the body. 2 more deep breaths here. Now shift forward back into this lizard pose and release your right knee back. Now we're going to set up for a little strength move here, so be careful of sinking into the shoulders. Push the floor away. Turn your left toes under and lift the knee, and let's move into a kneeling side plank. Kick your right foot behind you and roll to open. Now you can look down to your hand, and you'll notice your hand is a little further forward forward of your shoulders. So pull those ribs up, activate those obliques. You can look to the thumb, straight ahead, or down to your hand. One more breath here. Return your hand to the earth, and if you're comfortable, float into child's pose, hips towards heels. Take a moment here, turn your palms up, and imagine you're flicking water off your fingertips. So just bringing some ease to the wrists, you can roll them out. And again, reach nice and long. Then as we make our way into that lizard pose, as you come forward with your chest, step your left foot outside your hands. And again, if your foot falls short of the hands, pick it up, bring it forward. And then sink your hips towards this narrow edge of your mat. Pulling your heart forward, either stay up on your hands, go onto blocks, right? Even if we have one block or one book, we can come higher, or we can lower onto our elbows. But wherever you're at, I want you to feel equal pressure into both hands. We tend to load the right hand a little bit more, so push as strong into the left. Whether you're on your hands or down on your forearms, knee is hugging in, big toe mound is pressing into the mat. So find your ease as you hold this stretch. You may be feeling a sensation in that hip flexor. Breathe through it. If you're chanting ow, 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 you've gone too far. Let's go ahead and shift into this half monkey variation. So shift your right hip over the knee and curl your left toes up. Be careful when we're tight, we round. We become this hunchback. We want to lengthen. Your upper back can round, but we want to lengthen through the low back. Reaching nice and long, head and neck can relax. If the reach long is too much, hands come closer. You can even use the book or the block to come up higher. Whatever you need. One more deep breath here. And then inhale, shift forward. Come into kneeling plank. So as we make our way into kneeling side plank, turn your right toes under, lift the knee, kick the foot to the side, and peel the body open. Nice big lift here, chest is open, left side of the heart spins to the sun. Bring the hand back down to the earth and float back to child's pose, hips towards heels. Then slowly round yourself up, and we're going to transition to being on our back. So go ahead and sit to the side, roll onto your back. Now this is where if you have a belt or even a hand towel that you can use, we're going to take that to the ball of our foot. But in a moment, we'll go there. Go ahead and lay all the way back. And just let yourself bring your heels close enough that you can tickle them with your middle finger. And let's do bridge pose. Tuck the shoulders under the body, bring your chin parallel to the mat, and slowly lift those hips up to the sky. And just opening the heart, feeling the hips rise as high as they can. And then gently releasing your hips back down to the earth. Go ahead and inhale and take that left leg into your chest and give a nice hug here. If you don't have a belt, you're going to extend the leg to the sun and you can hold your hamstring or your calf. If you do have a belt or a towel, you're going to take it to the ball of your foot and extend the heel to the sky. If you have the belt, bring your elbows down to the mat to open the chest. Sometimes when we have a towel, our hands are up here, so our shoulders are going to peel off the floor, but our focus is on the hamstring and letting it melt towards our chest. Right leg can stay bent, or you can slowly slide it out to go nice and long. So find what works for you. Pull your belly button to the earth. Keep your left hip pulling away from your ribs. One more deep breath. Let's take the belt into the right hand, left arm out to the side. Now if you're protecting the back, just let the big toe come across, or feel free to roll all the way over to that right hip. And if you like, turn and look to that left hand. One more deep breath. Inhale, bring that leg back to center. If you were not using the belt, I apologize. You could bend the knee and bring the leg across with the bent knee. Go ahead and release the left knee down. Hug your right shin in. Again, if you're not using the belt, you're going to take the leg to the sky, holding at the hamstring or calf, and you'll take your stretch there. If you're using the belt, again, put it to the ball of the foot, extend the leg up, and let's bring our elbows down if we're holding the belt. Again, notice what's happening in the hamstring. Do you want to keep the left leg bent or straight? Each side of the body feels different, doing what feels best for you. Soften the jaw. Sometimes we clench our teeth when we're trying to hold a stretch, so softening that jaw. Let's go ahead and take the belt to the left hand. Again, if you don't have a belt or a towel, bend the knee and either take the knee just a little bit across to the right, to the left, or roll all the way. If you're using the belt or towel, keep the legs straight and roll across. Or bend in the knee, it's up to you. And then turn and look to that right hand. Inhale, bring that leg back to center and release the belt if you're holding it. Go ahead and take it off to the side and hug both legs into the chest and roll across the back for a moment. Okay, we're going to take a few more stretches. Go ahead and release your right foot to the earth, flex your left foot and cross the ankle over the thigh. Our figure 4 stretch. Gently place your hand on the inner thigh and just take a little opening. Be mindful of what's happening, and if your jaw starts to clench, you may have gone too far in the stretch. Go ahead and release the arm and either keep the foot on the floor or lift the right knee over the hip, coming into reclining pigeon. Stay here or reach around and through for this right leg. Now notice, is your left knee dropping to the floor? And if so, aim that knee to the sky as you hug the hamstring towards the chest. Notice what's happening in that outer hip and how you're feeling. Relax. Allow yourself to let go. Let's bring that right foot back down and then release the left foot. When you're ready, take the right ankle over the left thigh and just a little opening of that hip. We're never trying to force it, just a little bit of tension to open that hip. You can release the arm and stay here. You can bring the knee over the hip, or you can reach around and through. And again, notice what's happening with this right knee. Is it dropping? If so, aim it to the sky, get into that outer hip. One more deep breath here. Then release the foot to the earth, release the leg. One more for those hips. Open up the knees into Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined bound angle, and feel free to place your hands on those thighs. Allowing any sensation to happen. Can you breathe through it? Then as you release the arms, we come into our final pose of Shavasana. Go ahead and extend the legs out. And just imagine your body melting into the earth. And then imagine a ball of light at your tailbone. And as you inhale, move that ball of light to the top of the head. And as you exhale, move that ball of light back down to your tailbone. And I want you to do that 2 more times. Envision that ball of light as you inhale deep. When it gets to the top of the head, exhale. Imagine it going back down to your tailbone, sending ease and relaxation through the body. 1 more time. Just relax and feel yourself melt into the earth. welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. Or gently begin to wiggle those fingers and toes, bringing movement into the body. And extend the arms over the head and stretch long for this reawakening stretch. And then slowly bring one knee in towards the chest and give yourself a big hug. Let this hug be of love and gratitude. And when you're ready, gently roll the body to one side, using that bottom arm like a pillow, and relax. Whatever does not serve you for the rest of today, take a big inhale and sigh it out. Slowly press up into those hands, coming up into an easy seated pose. And if you'd like, bring your hands to the heart. Thank you for joining me and taking this time onto the mat. We can all smile and finish with Namaste. Have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you on the mat again.